All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check 43. Kill. Watch quick. Watch.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Got four down.
Looking to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Set. 60 or. You better bring it.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd and 2. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Samuels. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check. Check out route. Go. Keep
the first carry now for Benny Snell. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down, and that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Now Gordon on first down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Let's go, defense.
64. Wait. The 36-yard line.
Go. Now.
2nd down and inches. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 16-yard line.
Ready?
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
General West.
They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
He's checking. Protein spill.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Collins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Samuels. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And his throw here is incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check. Lucky. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On second down, Samuels. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Murray with a third and long. Throwing left side, it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Boswell's kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. On 1st down, it's Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
On the ready, 52's the mark. Check, 52's the mark. Let's go, defense. 3.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. But it's brought in by Washington. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
They'll run on 1st down. Samuels. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Slam, slam, slam.
Here's Snell. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Justin Jones brought him down. A gain of 2.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. pass run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right here.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. He'll return it from the 6. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Eckler. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Oklahoma City,
Let's get there.
first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And it's complete. Hooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. All told, they get 13 yards on that play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, Quick throw out to the perimeter. Maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check three, check three, check three.
Back to throw, Murray. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over.